Hey guys, welcome back to the Crunch Time Podcast. This is episode 3. We're joined by my co-host Aryan, and today we are just going to be talking about all about the NBA. You know, we're almost pretty much near halfway through the season, and we're just going to go through our takes, just kind of analyze who we think is going to be the MVP, just kind of predictions. We have like a bunch of stats just loaded up, and we're just going to dive right into it.
We're just about a quarter of the way done of the NBA season, guys. I think the playoffs start around like April 14th, so like right after my birthday, which is gonna be nice. Anyway,
Yeah,
keep
for
the
sure.
hot takes going. Obviously, the NBA regular season has 6 trophies: Coach of the Year, MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, Most Improved Player, and missing one. I think MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man, Coach, Most Improved, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start one by one. First of all, we're gonna start with. We'll start with Rookie of the Year. Who do you think your Rookie of the Year is gonna be?
For Rookie of the Year, to be honest, I don't know. Right now, wait. I want to hear your take first.
Mine is actually very clear. Okay, hold up. I have it on my phone. All the stats. Okay. He's from Toronto. Well, he's not from Toronto. He's playing in Toronto. It's Scotty Barnes, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, this guy is probably the most versatile rookie that's ever come out of this class because he's 6'7", okay? He's averaging just over 16 points per game. He's shooting more than 50% from the field, okay? He's a wing player, and the thing I like about Raptors right now is even if they're not a championship contending team, playoff contending team, they have a bunch of wings. They have Siakam, who could run the 4, OG, who runs the 3, along with Scotty Barnes, who's a starter, along with Gary Trent Jr., who's another wing defender. They have so many wings. I think this Raptors team is low-key clutch. Who's your Rookie of the Year so far?
Okay, so like, you bring up a good point about Barnes, especially since I feel like when he got drafted, the Raptors, when we were talking about who we were going to pick, a lot of people thought we were under the impression that we were going to get Jalen Suggs. So like when we went with like Scotty Barnes, everyone was like, "Who is this guy?" You know, we're like kind of like just punching ourselves because we're like, "Damn, like why would Masai do that?" But then his performance overall, I feel like on the court, it's been really nice. I think Cade Cunningham also as well might be someone to like look out for. I think it's between those two for sure.
The thing about Cade Cunningham is his game. He's had a bunch of slow games so far. And because he was like the first overall, I don't know if it would be a good pick for first overall because usually like if you look down the history books, like the Rookie of the Year hasn't even gone to the first overall; it's gone to like the second or third. You know, like for example, Zion didn't win it. It was Ja. You know.
Oh yeah, Ja Morant, yeah.
So you do bring up a good point about that, but I think Scotty Barnes could secure it because he's playing really well, and the Raptors are playing really well as well.
Yeah, that's the thing about Raptors. Like we're really good at like developing. And I say we, like I'm part of the team, but like you know, my home team is the Raptors. By the way, in case like I feel like it's like yeah, Raptors is a home team for us. So yeah, I feel like we're really good at developing players. You know, we like you see what we did with Siakam. You know, OG Anunoby. You know, who's like one of his first tasks as a rookie when he was a rookie is to guard LeBron. So like yeah, so like you can see like you know we're really good with our young guys, and I feel like Raptors especially is in like a really interesting spot when it comes to rebuilding. You know, we lost a lot of essential players over the years with like contracts, especially Lowry over the off season. So right now, I guess like yeah, Scotty Barnes is going to be like a great addition, someone we can like develop alongside Fred VanVleet as well.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, who was the Raptors coach? Dwayne Casey.
Nick Nurse. Dwayne Casey.
Back then, so he put rookie OG Anunoby on 2018 LeBron James. So it was averaging like 33, 12, and 10. It's not as smart. Anyways, also let us know if you guys want us to do this again months down the line. You know, maybe like halfway down the season, we could update our picks. Anyways, the next one we're gonna talk about is, you know what, we'll do most improved player. Who's your most improved player so far?
Ooh.
Keep in mind, you can't really win it twice.
Oh, okay.
Give me your first.
I see.
Yeah.
I feel like. Wait.
I'm gonna tell you.
I feel like I don't know. I really don't know who's most improved. For this one, I actually don't have like a take on for most improved. I feel like most improved we see a lot like the guys for most improved go off maybe around like the February March area. We saw that for like Julius Randle when he like really went off like earlier this year. So like for me right now, I don't really have someone who I think is like most improved.
Okay, not bad. I do have a couple people.
Okay.
So mainly is Tyler Hero from Miami Heat. He is also in
Wow.
contention for Sixth Man of the Year. I think just coming off the bench, he's scoring a bunch in so many of the Miami Heat games, which I've been following. Been the top scorer over Jimmy and Bam, and Kyle, and he's been really really clutch as well. Like this year especially. Obviously, we know he can shoot, but he's developed more as a player, even though he's very young. It's like his first season, isn't it? He's a defender. He's built like a defender. If you look at him, he's sort of lanky, but he can also pass the ball now, which is good. He'll be my most improved player. If not him, I would probably go with Lonzo. Chicago.
Oh, yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Obviously, I don't even I'm going to talk about Chicago a lot in this episode, but he is doing insanely good right now. The Chicago team is doing insanely good right now. Yeah.
I think now that you bring that up, actually like DeMar especially has been going off with like the new Bulls team. I feel like he was like underlooked a lot of ways and like when he was in San Antonio. Ever since he left the Raptors, like he hasn't been in like the spotlight. I feel like, mainly because our friends like really like praised him a lot and like the media attention towards him. But with his new look like Bulls team, it looks exactly like he was on Raptors. Being that mid-range fadeaway kind of like that Kobe flair to him as well. Like he's just playing like he's in his bag right now. So like tomorrow, yeah, I feel like
the spotlight definitely died down, and when he went to San Antonio with Aldridge, had a couple of runs there in the playoffs, in which they did well. And looking underrated duo, but obviously he's doing so good. He's actually in the MVP race, which we're gonna get to later in this video.
Ooh, okay, yeah. So if he I feel like if he's not like MVP, which I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of other guys who are more like to the MVP level. We'll get to that, but yeah,
we're gonna get into.
Wouldn't be a bad pick. Wouldn't be a bad pick for most improved for sure.
Next up, we're gonna cover one of the ones that is very difficult to call, especially if you don't follow the game.
Yeah.
Because for most of these players, you can just look at their stats and determine how they're doing. This one is gonna be Coach of the Year. You can look at box scores and stuff, but you're not gonna really be able to tell whether a coach is making the right transitions, the right lineups. Is he making the right choices for the team? Because obviously it's a coach; he's not gonna play on the court. So Coach of the Year thus far.
I think might have to be like Steve Nash for me. I feel like Nash really deserves it this year because like, especially with the Brooklyn Nets and like all the problems that they have, like we don't have to really get into it. Some players are not really on the court. So like, so yeah, I feel like as a coach, imagine just being in that position where like one of your star players, and now you had to like leave him out of the equation, and now you have to come up with new solutions to that. It's just I feel like he doesn't get as much credit as he deserves.
I didn't even think about Steve Nash. Well, most of the coaches in the league don't even have two top 5 players like Harden and KD.
Yeah, that's true.
Harden hasn't been playing like himself until recently, and KD's been going up. So, do get Steve Nash. I think it's a pretty underrated pick.
And you got to remember, he's like so new to this job, right? And he's like still learning the ropes. He's not like doesn't have like as much experience. And obviously he's an NBA player. He has that experience, but being in the coaching position, he's still relatively new. I think the more time he gets as a coach, he's just gonna like be stronger.
Let's see. The Brooklyn team is looking scary. Me, again, I told you I'm gonna talk about Chicago a lot. My coach of the year thus far has to be Billy Donovan. He's been doing such a good job with the Chicago team. Let me tell you, when you get a team with DeRozan and Zach LaVine and Lonzo and Vucevic, what's the first thing that comes in your mind? Who's gonna get the ball? Who's gonna hit the clutch shots? Who's gonna get the most shots on the team? Obviously, Vucevic is gonna get shots because he's one of the best centers in the league. DeRozan's been playing like an MVP. Lonzo's getting better, and Zach LaVine's an all-star. It makes you wonder how the hell can a coach fit all these personalities on a team and get them to all succeed. Not only are they succeeding, they're one of the best teams in the East currently. I think the best team in the East, the best record, but been doing great. So far, he's my coach of the year. If not Billy Donovan, I'm gonna have to go with Eric Spoelstra, Miami.
Oh, okay.
It's Miami. I mean, he's been doing amazing. So that one's pretty self-explanatory. Next one we're gonna talk about. We've covered most improved player. We've covered rookie, coach of the year, and what else? We did 6-man. Oh, we didn't do 6-man. We'll do 6-man.
Okay, I want to hear your pick for 6-man.
Mine's a pretty underrated pick. I don't think anyone has talked about it. Carmelo Anthony for the Los Angeles Lakers. I've been following every single Lakers game thus far, and he has been, I should say the least, he's honestly been one of the best players on the team because LeBron's been out there. And AD, even though he's had games where he's only scored like 15 points. Also, Westbrook has been not the best fit, but he's had a couple games where you're like, wow, this is like OKC Russ. Carmelo Anthony has been one of the most consistent players on the team because he comes off the bench, he shoots threes. He's a veteran, so he can also pass the ball. His defense needs a little bit of work, but in general, he has been the 6-man of the year for me thus far. The runner-up would probably be Jordan Clarkson from Utah.
Okay, yeah. I feel like, Carmelo Anthony, just like everything that's going on with his career, like, he had like that rough patch where like the Rockets like really did him dirty by like just like not, he has like some complications with the Rockets. He felt like disrespected by them because he was like there for like such a short period, and then like and then he also had to like accept the role of like 6-man. You know how there's like that one clip of him when the reporter's like, oh, what are your thoughts about like coming off the bench? And he's like, me, like I'm not coming off the bench, right? He still had like that like sort of ego with him. He's like, yo, I'm like a star player, but then he came around and like accepted like it's a different time now, and then I feel like he's like really living up to that like role. And like you see in like the Lakers, like they can always rely on him to kick it out to him. He's like knocking down shots. It still feels like that prime Carmelo,
Definitely playing really well. And you brought up a good point because obviously he went to Portland after that. At his age, he's not playing as well as LeBron or Chris Paul. So he's not going to be a starter.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of teams in the league which he actually would start for, but the Lakers isn't one of them because they just need Melo off the bench. Like the Lakers have LeBron, AD, and Russ. The defense has been terrible this season. They need defenders on the court. When Melo comes off the bench, not only does he have this firepower with him, he has this veteran presence. When you see Melo checking in the game, opposition's like, well, damn, Russ, LeBron, and AD just checked out, and now Melo's checking in. It sort of has that firepower and that sort of name to him, that shine. That Melo's a superstar. Like maybe not now, but he was. He definitely plays like it now. So, that's a good.
Wait for Miami. Is Tyler Hero in like the starting lineup for them right now?
No, he comes off the bench.
So yeah, he can also be considered because if he's like also you put him as your most improved or rookie, most improved. So he can also be a good 6-man too.
The Miami starting 5, I'm pretty sure is Kyle, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy, PJ Tucker,
Bam.
Tucker and Bam. Yeah, I think that's what
Bam.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, speaking of Bam, we have come to the defensive player of the year. Who are you gonna go with?
For defensive player of the year, I feel like I don't know. I'm not defensive.
My top 3, by the way.
Do you have top 3 for defensive?
Top 3. Probably gonna change.
I mean, I really don't want to pick someone who's already got it. That's the problem. Like, I hate picking people who already got the award.
There's only one guy you could pick who's never won it. That's in my top 3.
Is Anthony Davis there in your top 3? No? Oh shit.
Never mind. Probably,
I don't know, because like Rudy Gobert is always like contender for that shit.
And is he 3-time winner, isn't he?
He's gonna be probably gonna be like 5 times by the end of his career. He's just like one of the the amount of rebounds he grabs. I think Rudy Gobert, to be honest, might be defensive. Wait, I want to know your top 3.
Rudy's definitely in my top 3, obviously. 3-time defensive player of the year. Nickname is the Eiffel Tower because he's 7'1". He can rim protect like none other. He's actually a very useful asset on offense as well. People just think he's a good defensive player, but offensively, he's actually not bad at pick and rolls. And he's not the biggest lob threat because he's not the most athletic guy, but definitely one of the best shot blockers to ever play the game. That's for sure. He'd probably be like second or third on my list. I don't know exactly where. He'd be second. My number 3 would be Draymond Green.
Oh, okay. Wow, I did not expect that.
I think he's a 2-time winner or a 1-time winner. I think he's a 1-time winner. He's part of the reason why the Warriors are like 15-2 or something. Steph,
their record is crazy.
Steph hasn't played every single game, so Draymond has been carrying a lot of the defensive load, anyways. And with Klay coming back, I mean, Klay comes back next month. It's gonna be crazy. Obviously, he's the mastermind as well. But you know, when people talk about the Warriors dynasty, they forget that original 2 weren't Steph and Klay; they were Steph and Draymond.
Yeah.
Because in 2014-15, who was setting screens for Steph to knock those shots? It was Draymond. It wasn't Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
He was still doing good, but it was Draymond and Steph, the pick and roll. Just watched NBA a couple years back, you would know. My first is obviously Bam Adebayo. Miami's one of the best teams in the East. Not only can he defend the rim like Bam Adebayo, like Rudy Gobert does. Bam's a bit of an undersized center. He's sort of like a power forward. He's like 6'9", 6'10". I think he's a very, very good Giannis type of defender where he can get to the perimeter, and he's quick. He has vertical quickness, so he can jump, he can move around. He's a very athletic big man. That's why I think this year is going to be Bam Adebayo's year campaign.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad because like picking Rudy Gobert, I just felt like he always gets like the attention when it comes to a defensive player of the year. I feel like Anthony Davis might just like win it this year.
I don't know. He's had a slow start. I'm telling you, the Lakers' defense has been terrible. If he was going to win it, it would have been in 2020 when Giannis won it. But no, I don't think it's happening this year. It would have to be crazy for AD to make a comeback defensively.
Yeah.
Be in the top.
Is it because wait, he went through some injuries, right? With like especially with injuries. With Bam, remember when the Lakers and the Miami Heat were going up and he had to like miss a couple games in the finals? I forgot. I think it was like a sprained finger or something.
He missed 1 game.
Yeah. That was a tough loss. Like losing him was like such a key component for like Miami's defense.
Then he had another injury last year in the playoffs against the Suns, or this year in the playoffs against the Suns. He's a very injury-prone guy, but the reason I say he's not going to be in it because the other day it was Bucks and Lakers, and you know the big matchup is AD versus Giannis. Giannis dropped almost 50 on him. He had like 17 or something. It doesn't look like he wants to answer the call when LeBron's not there. You're discreet for a second. There we go.
Yeah.
Also, AD went up against Jason Tatum the other day against Celtics, and Jason Tatum off. He might have like 33 or 35 or something like that. Basically, what I'm saying is AD doesn't want to answer the call, and I don't think he is ready to make that transition yet, especially since get it done with Russ. Like, I don't know why, but him and Russ, like they're supposed to fit together, but they just don't. I don't know.
Let me see his stats real quick. We're gonna pull up his stats and then.
We'll cover the last one. We'll cover the big one, ladies and gentlemen, but we're gonna get to it in just a second.
Ooh, okay. So he's averaging 24 points per game, 3 assists, 18% from 3-point, which doesn't really matter for him, and 51% field goal average.
AD, right?
Yeah.
3-point shooting has been terrible, but it should.
I mean, for him, it's not like that necessary. There's obviously other players.
Oh, it's not, but like it has to be at least 30%. I think what's the average in the NBA? 35%, I think is the average. He has to be in the at least. Like 18% is on it. Even Giannis is shooting better from 3. You know what I mean? Dwight Howard is actually shooting better from the 3 than AD as well, which is crazy to think about. But he has to. I mean, even if his 3-point isn't like falling down, like he shouldn't completely rely on it. Especially since he just bulked up this past summer, so he can play center. Now it just seems like he's way too big to even like. I don't know. I feel like he's kind of scared. He has this mental thing in him where he doesn't want to play center that much because I feel like he might get hurt again because he's gonna get roughed up by like Beat or someone, you know, like a real center who starts posting up. AD's kind of fragile, so he might fall out just like that. I hope AD picks it up because I'm expecting the Lakers to do big things this season. Anyways, guys, this is the big one. Right? Who is your top 3 for MVP?
Ooh, top 3. Well, my first one has to be Steph Curry, obviously, for MVP. Just the way he's playing right now, it's just, I mean, you can just watch his highlight reel and like, there's.
Sorry.
Wait, what?
You're supposed to start from 3.
Oh, okay.
Alright, whatever. No, that's fine.
Okay, so I feel like it's gonna be either Steph, KD, or Giannis.
Oh,
Okay, I would just talk about them like just in general, just the amount of, just the way they've been playing recently, and like just elevating their team, just like incredible to watch. Steph, obviously, like it just feels like he's in his prime, like forever. Like there's like no slowing down for him. He's hitting those shots, those tough contested shots, and especially with like the new rules where you can't really like bait defenders to like foul you. He's been working around that. Because like a lot of his points, like not a lot, but like some of them were like him just like baiting with like a fake look, and then he'll like draw and then pull up. But yeah. So like yeah, and I think all 3 of those guys are like point leaders right now too. They're averaging like 28 points, I think, all of them.
Well, I have their stats if you want to know. Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, that's about it.
My list is very close to yours. So who would be your second place, Giannis or KD?
I'll put KD.
My list is very close to yours. Instead of Giannis, I have another international big, Nikola Jokic.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Number 3 is KD, okay? KD's averaging 28.1, which is second best in the league behind Steph. He's averaging just over 5 assists and almost 8 boards a game. He's shooting 40% from 3, 56%. 56%. So he's been doing insane. The reason he's number 3 and not number 2, because he's top 3 because of Harden, as you said, because of the rule changes. Harden's game hasn't really been effective, so KD had to carry a lot of the load. The reason he's not second is that I just think Jokic is a little bit better this season thus far. Could change down the line. KD could become number 1 if he really wanted to. As of now, KD is going to be my number 3. If your face cam keeps cutting out.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know, the connection's going off.
Number 2 is last season's MVP. He's averaging 26.4 points, which is 5th in the league.
Mm-hmm.
He's averaging the second most boards in the league at 13.6. He's averaging 6.4 assists. Okay, so those are already pretty impressive stats because he's averaging 26, 14, and 6. That's really impressive. 3-point percentage, however, higher than Kevin Durant. He's shooting 41% from 3. Obviously, he's not taking as many 3-point shots as
yeah.
That's still really impressive. And his field goal percentage, 59% from the field. It's a center. I get it. But a lot of his shots are jump shots. If you guys watch any Nuggets game, you'll know that a lot of Jokic's shots are mid-range or 3-point shots. He's not number 1. I'll tell you who number 1 is. It is Steph Curry. Menagan already said it. He's leading the league in scoring, 28.2.
Oh shit, yeah.
I think last season he averaged 31, but this year's averaging 28. He's the main reason why the Warriors are the best team in the league right now. He's averaging just under 6 rebounds, and he's averaging about 7 assists. Those are pretty normal stats for Steph, other than points, which is crazy. He's averaging 42% from 3-point range, which is insane because like the average is like 30, 35 or something. He's averaging 42. His field goal percentage has been a little bit down. It's only 46%, which is still impressive. But you have to realize it's the only real offensive threat on that team he's playing. So he's being double teamed a lot of the times, which makes sense. But yeah, it would be Steph, KD. I didn't even think about Giannis, but he'd probably be like 4th for me. The only reason I didn't put Giannis is because Milwaukee hasn't been playing that well. Middleton and Drew Holiday have been injured, I think. Giannis has had to carry a lot of the load, and he's been facing a lot of walls. And his jump shot has gone better, but defense has gone better. Everything has gone better this season. It just seems like he's getting better every year. But I don't think he had some bad games here and there, so I wouldn't put him 3. He's basically right there. If I had to break it down.
Yeah, I think once we see Clay come back healthy, we're really gonna see like the like full healthy Warriors that we like been wanting to see for like the past what like 2-3 seasons. I think once like that Clay just that chemistry is just like undefeated. So we're really that's gonna even like boost. I feel like his like to make like Steph Curry like the favorite for MVP. But yeah, no, all those three guys for sure.
That might hurt Steph's chances, honestly, because if Clay comes back and takes a shine, it's gonna become difficult. Like I remember 2 seasons ago when LeBron was second for MVP. The only reason he was second and not first, you could argue, because of AD. A lot of the points were going to AD, a lot of the boards were going to AD. Obviously, Giannis won, but with AD that same year, he got snubbed for Defensive Player of the Year. It's Giannis. You could argue, did AD deserve that? Because the Lakers were such a good defensive team to the point where his individual defensive ability didn't seem that good in a way. Maybe when Clay comes back and the Warriors are still doing great, people will be like, oh, Steph is great, but he's not that good because he's got Klay Thompson beside him. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think to end this episode, we should mention our title favorites. Who you got in the East? Who you got in the West? This is the early period.
Okay.
This is gonna change every month or something. So.
Okay, so who we think is gonna be like the top seed for each?
No, not top seed. Who's gonna be in the conference final?
Oh, in the conference finals. Okay. Oh yeah, you want to start off with the East or the West?
Blue East.
Okay. So in the East, I'm thinking it's gonna be a Chicago versus Brooklyn finals. Okay.
And Brooklyn.
Wow. Yeah. I feel like Chicago just like has that chip on their shoulder. They're just like, yo, we gotta prove something this season. We're a new look team. I feel like just like the motivation and like the team chemistry, like you've seen how happy all those guys are to be playing. So like I feel like they're just gonna. I just really want them. Like I feel like they're the underdog in this situation. So I feel like that's gonna be interesting. If that does happen, that would be really cool.
My East, I got Brooklyn and Milwaukee, but again, it's gonna come down to seed. I'm gonna say Milwaukee because they're reigning defending champions. You can't count them out. I don't think Hawks are gonna be there. I don't think Chicago's gonna be there. I don't think they have that much playoff experience. I don't think Philly's gonna be there because Ben Simmons isn't there. I don't think Philly's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Knicks aren't gonna be there either. Hawks.
Toronto might be.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes, 100%. The one team that has the chance of getting to the conference finals is the Hawks. I wouldn't put Chicago ahead of them either. I think it's Milwaukee and Brooklyn for sure. And I think Brooklyn's gonna win it and go to the finals.
Okay.
West.
Wait, who do you think? West. Okay. Let's see.
Brooklyn's gonna win in 7, by the way, against Milwaukee.
Okay. Okay. I feel like for me, Brooklyn will win in 5 against Chicago. Okay. Okay. All right. So you want to start off with the West? Who do you think?
West, I got Lakers and I got Warriors. I don't think Clippers are gonna be there because Kawhi's out. I think Suns are gonna be there. Believe it or not, Suns are playing amazing. I don't think they're gonna get it done in the playoffs. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. I think Nuggets are gonna get it done because Jamal Murray's injured. Portland's been terrible this season. I think I'm missing
Phoenix.
I talked about Phoenix. Utah's gonna be a tough team, but I don't think they get to the conference finals. I got Warriors and Lakers. Steph versus LeBron. I got Lakers winning that 7 because Clay's gonna come back. I'm gonna say 7.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's exactly my prediction too. Warriors and Lakers. If we get a full healthy Warriors team, I think they might win in 6.
Oh.
Okay. Because if it goes to 7, if it goes to Game 7, I feel like LeBron's just gonna go into demon mode and just like do some shit, shake some shit up.
Steph hasn't been the most clutch in Game 7s, as we all know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go. So your finals is Warriors and Brooklyn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's winning that? Simple answer. That's it.
Okay, it's just hard to picture like a fully healthy Warriors team. I feel like a lot of it gravitates towards how well Klay Thompson his return is as well, because he's gonna help spread the floor too. Because not everyone's gonna be like double teaming Steph, you know.
I think without Klay, they're gonna get to the conference finals and face Lakers. Like if Klay, even if he's like a trash player,
Yeah.
I think Warriors are still getting to the conference finals. That's how much I believe in Steph Curry.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, if it's coming down to again, it might be a Warriors Nets game 7. I mean game 6. Warriors take it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Nets are gonna take it, but my finals would be Lakers Nets. I think Lakers would take it in 6. I think their defense is gonna get better. Because Frank Vogel is a defensive coach. He's gonna and LeBron's gonna make us an AD and him work. I think it's just gonna work out. And I think their firepower will be too much for Nets. Because Brooklyn's bench is very old. They have guys like Aldridge. They have guys like Paul Millsap. Very old players. They're not, a shell. They're a shell of who they used to be. Brooklyn's second best player is actually Patty Mills right now. It's not even Harden. So.
Oh my god. Yeah, because what I'm picturing right now is like a healthy Warriors team, and then I'm also picturing a Nets team without Kyrie, and then this is gonna be, this is gonna be the first finals for Steve Nash's like Brooklyn, right? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like.
But out of the second round last year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they lost to which team was it? They lost
to Milwaukee in 7.
Oh yeah.
At home.
And was it because KD's foot was on the line, right? When he did that turnaround like fadeaway? Oh yeah, that was so hard.
Giannis was off that series, so crazy.
Yeah.
It was Kyrie and Harden. No, sorry, Kyrie and KD were healthy first game, and they destroyed Milwaukee. I think second or third game, Kyrie got injured and Harden came back. They never had all.
Oh, okay.
It was like one got injured, one came back. They really got their groove, but I think Milwaukee would have lost if Kyrie was healthy. That's for sure. That's why this year I think Brooklyn's gonna figure it out and get past Milwaukee. I don't think they're getting past Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, Brooklyn is still doing great without Kyrie, obviously, but I just feel like Golden State just has like that, that experience, especially with like Steve Kerr versus like Steve Nash.
Oh.
Yeah, just like.
Because I was gonna say that Brooklyn has a lot of experience. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like coaching too,
Yeah, I.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys.
I mean, this is gonna be super interesting for sure.
It's gonna be a great season, and if you guys want us to cover it, make sure you leave a like down below. Let us know in the comments what else topics you guys want us to talk about. Me and Menagan are watching the NBA almost every day. You guys want to know?
No, you more than me for sure. I haven't been watching. I think for November I haven't been watching much because this school's been like destroying me left and right. So yeah.
I've been watching all the games at like 3 or 4 a.m. I've been having to stay up and watch.
Yeah, this guy, you're losing a lot of sleep over watching games because he's in the UK, so his the time difference is like crazy. So 5 hours ahead, yeah.
But anyways, guys, again, leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Again, if you guys want us to do this, maybe like mid-season, we could do another one. Yeah, the season started October and we're in November, so maybe next month, early next year, we can we can do like a midway, maybe update on our predictions if you guys want.
Or maybe like on the All-Star break, we can like that would be a good point to like review the season.
A lot of guys are gonna come back from injuries. A lot of guys are gonna get better. They're gonna get worse.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, early season predictions are super tough to make.
Exactly. But yeah, we've had a month and a bit so far until the season has started. So we've been able to do this video. But again, if you guys want us to do more, leave a like down below. Anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Menagan?
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you're listening to us on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, any of those platforms. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate that you're here. We'll be back again next week. So till then, thanks for watching and see you later.